we discussed the permutation combinations, synopsis, and probability synopsis. Now we are going to solve the problems. The first problem, the sum of all possible numbers greater than 2000 formed by using the digits 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this case, we have to find all possible 4-digit numbers and then add. That gives a long process to get the solution. For that one, there is a formula for this one, a shortcut formula. The formula is there are n digits are there. Sum of the n digit numbers equal to n minus 1 factorial into sum of the digits into 1111 n times is the formula. So here n is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3 factorial into sum of the digits 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 into 1 you can write 4 times because n equal to 4. So 3 factorial is 6 into 14 into 4 ones. That gives 93324. You can multiply yourself and check the value. I hope clear this one. What is the method? The formula is n minus 1 factorial. N indicates number of digits in given into sum of all digits into what? Can I take 1? How many times? Depends on the given digits. There are 4 digits are there, right? 4 1. There are 5 digits are there, 5 1s you can write. So this is a very good question. So this multiplication you can do yourself. I'm giving answer directly. So next, if you want, you can check the answer. So answer is this one. So next question. There are the number of ways in which 5 boys and 5 girls sit in a row so that all the girls sit together. Here the condition is all the girls should be one place. So in this case, you can take 5 girls as one unit. Along with this, how many boys are there? B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. So 5 boys and 1 unit. Total number of units are 6 units. So how to take arrangements in a row? When you're taking arrangements in a row, total arrangements equal to first arrange the 6 units. In a row means the number of ways arranging n objects in a row is n factorial. Here n equals 6, 6 factorial. The work is not completed, but here 5 girls are there, so they are different. There is no condition to sit in particular order. They can sit any order among themselves. That means you can arrange the 5 girls in 5 factorial ways. Now you can simplify. The work is completed. So now 6 factorial is 720 into 5 factorial is 120. The answer will be 0, 0, 72 into 12. So 24, 84 plus 2, 86, 8640. So the answer is correct. Understood? Any condition which is given come together, take it as one unit, and along with the other objects, count number of units. First arrange the units and arrangement of the single unit. That gives the total number of arrangements. I hope clear this one. And check the answer. A is correct answer. Now move to next question. The question is similar but condition is different. The number of ways in which 5 boys and 5 girls can sit in a row arrangements only, so that no 2 girls are sit together. So that means you can accommodate the girls in between the boys. How many boys are there? B1, B2, B3, B4, B5. There are 5 boys are there. The first job is arrange the 5 boys. 5 boys can be arranged in 5 factorial ways. That first job is over. So next we can accommodate the girls in between the boys. How many gaps are there in between the boys, and before and after also you can consider. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gaps are there. For how many girls? For 5 girls. So that means they can accommodate in 6p5 ways. They can accommodate in 6p5 ways. So that means the value of 5 factorial is, we know already, 120. The value of 6p5 is 6 factorial by 6 minus 5 factorial. That means 120 into 720 by 6 minus 5 is 1. 1 factor is 1 only. So after multiplying it, we'll get the same answer like before, 8600. So that means answer is 86400. I hope you understand this question. First arrange the boys, and in between the boys we can accommodate the girls. The first job is 5 factorial arrangement of 5 boys. How many gaps are there between them? You just count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gaps are there for 5 girls. You can accommodate the 6 girls, 5 girls in 6 gaps, that is 6p 5 ways. Next question. If you want, you can check the answer. Here is the answer. The next question. The number of ways in which 4 men and 3 ladies sit around a table so that no 2 ladies sit together. Before we arrange the objects in a row. Now around a table. So around a table we have the formula is n minus 1 factorial. This is circular permutations. Circular permutations. The number of ways arrange the n objects around a circle is n minus 1 factorial. This I discussed in the concept. So now we are going to discuss the problem around a circular table. So you can accommodate these 4 men and 3 ladies around a table. Condition: no 2 ladies sit together. Before question, no 2 girls sit together. We are accommodated the girls in between the boys. Same logic we can follow here. First arrange the men around a table. How many are there? 4. M1, M2, M3, M4. So these 4 members can be arranged in a circular table according to formula n minus 1 factorial is 4 minus 1 factorial. That is the first job. So first part is over. 4 minus 1 factorial for the arrangement of 4 men around a circular table. Now find the gaps between the men. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 gaps for how many ladies? 3 ladies. They can accommodate in 4p 3 ways. Now simplify to get the answer. 4 minus 1 is 3 factorial. 4p 3 is 4 factorial by 4 minus 3 factorial. So 3 factorial is 6, 24. 4 factorial is 24 by 1. So after multiplying, you will get 144. The answer is 144. Understand now? So the here arrangement is around a circular table. We have circular permutations. The arrangement of n objects around a circle is n minus 1 factorial. Using that concept, the first case is 4 minus 1 factorial. The second case is you can fill the gaps with 3 ladies. How many gaps are there? 4 gaps are there. You can accommodate 3 ladies in 4p 3 ways and simplify to get the answer. The next question. Check the answer. 144. The number of ways in which 6 red roses, 3 white roses can form a garland. So this is the next combination of problems. So to make a garland and arrangement of a things around a circle, what is the difference here? When you make arrangement of objects around a circle, the order is not important. You can arrange clockwise and anti-clockwise. But when you're going to make a garland or necklace, the order is important. In this case, the number of permutations becomes n minus 1 factorial divided by 2. To form a garland, to form a necklace, all such cases, the number of permutations will be n minus 1 factorial by 2. That we have to remember here. But here condition is there, all the white roses together. So before that, all the girls are together means we can take it as 1 unit. Like this here, all 3 white roses take it as 1 unit plus 6 red roses. Together total 7 roses. So to form garland, with 7 roses, according to formula 7 minus 1 factorial by 2 into, so arrangement of the 3 roses. There is no condition for 3 white roses. They can arrange in 3 factorial ways. 7 minus 1 is 6 factorial divided by 2 into 3 factorial is 6. So 2 3s. The final answer will be 6 factorial is 720 into 3. The answer will be 2160. When you are multiplying with 3, 0, 6, 21. So that therefore the total number of ways from a Goreland is 2160. So option C correct. Clear? The next question. Check the answer before going to next question. 2160. I hope everyone understanding. The next question. N is a integer between 0 and 21. Then the minimum value of n factorial into 21 minus n factorial. There is a shortcut formula for this one. N factorial into r minus n factorial is minimum when n equal to r minus 1 by 2 or r plus 1 by 2. R is odd. R is odd number. Here r is what? 21. So means you can use any one formula. So you can take n equal to 21 minus 1 by 2 or 21 plus 1 by 2. That gives the same answer. 10 or what? 11. You can substitute n equal to 10 or 11. In that we'll get minimum value. So therefore minimum value is, so n is 10. 10 factorial into 21 minus 10 factorial. So 10 factorial into 11 factorial. So the answer will be option B. I hope clear this one. Next question. Check the answer. Now, the number of ways in which R letters can posted in n letter boxes in a town. The number of ways in which R letters can be posted in n letter boxes in a town. So how many ways you can post the R letters in n boxes? So there are n boxes, box 1, box 2, box 3 and so on. N boxes, 1, 2, 3, n boxes are there. You can put the letters in n boxes. So what are choices for first letter? First letter can put any one of the n boxes. So first letter has n choices. If you take second letter, there is no condition for any letter. You can put any letter any one of the boxes because second letter has also n choices. And so on. Fourth letter has also n choices. So observe, first letter has n choices, second letter has n choices, fourth letter has n choices. By fundamental root of multiplication, total number of ways equal to n into and so on r times because of r letters. The answer will be multiply n r times c gives n power r. So understand here, the first letter has n choices. First letter can put any one of the n boxes, means n choices. Second letter also can put any one of the boxes, that means n choices, and so on. Fourth letter has n choices. The total number of ways equal to n into n r times because of number of letters r can take ending by r times, means n power r. This is a very good question in CET and mains also. If you want, check the answer. So what do you get? N power r. So that is the correct answer. Next question. I hope this one. The next problem which is given. Read the question clearly when you are solving this question 1 or 2 times. In an examination, a student has 4 questions out of 6. You have to answer 4 questions out of 6 questions. Under condition, question 1 and question 2 are compulsory. Then the number of ways in which the student can make his choice. The questions again. In examination, a student has to answer 4 out of 6 questions. Question 1 and question 2 are compulsory. Here condition question 1, question 2 are compulsory out of 4 questions. So that means 2 questions compulsory means left out questions. 6 minus 2, 4 left out. So for Q1, Q2 are compulsory out of 4 questions. You have to answer 4 questions. In 4 questions, Q1, Q2 are compulsory. So now, after Q1, Q2 compulsory, how many left out questions out of 6? 4 are left. But we need 2 more questions. So that means you can select 2 questions. You can select remaining 2 questions from 4 questions in 4C2 ways. In what? 4C2 ways. So what is the value of 4C2? What is the value of 4C2? The value of 4C2 is 4 into 3 by 2 into 1. This is 12 by 2 means 6 is the answer. Got it now? Once again, you have to attempt 4 questions out of 6 questions. Question 1 and question 2 are compulsory. That is Q1, Q2 are compulsory out of 4 questions. The left out questions 6 minus 2, 4 questions. You have to select remaining 2 questions from 4 questions in 4C2 ways. The value of 4C2 is 6 only. Check the answer. D. Correct answer. Now move to next question. So here there are 15 points in a plane. No 3 of which are in a same straight line. They are in different lines. Except 6 all of which are in the same straight line. Means they are collinear. So these points are collinear points. That is a condition. They are asking number of straight lines which can be drawn by joining them. So here there is a formula is there. What the formula means? So there are n points. There are n points of which m points are collinear. M points are collinear. Then the number of straight lines equal to what? So to form a straight line, we need minimum 2 points. Minimum 2 points. So that means to form a straight line, number of straight lines equal to NC2. The number of straight lines are NC2. But m points are collinear. Collinear points cannot form MC2 straight lines. They form only one straight line. So MC2 straight lines cannot form a MC2 straight lines, but they can form a one straight line. So one straight line means plus 1. Means what I did this formula, NC2 means total number of straight lines with n points. But there are some points which are collinear. They cannot give MC2 straight lines. But they all give one straight line, that is 1. All the collinear points gives one straight line, that is 1. The number of straight lines are NC2 minus MC2 plus 1. I hope clear this one. So now here in this question there are 15 points, n equal to 15. Out of 15, 6 points are collinear, that is m. The number of straight lines will be 15C2 minus 6C2 plus 1. So which option is matching with this? The option D is matching. Everyone understand this concept? But this is you have to remember as a formula. So there are n points, of which m points are collinear. Then the number of straight lines can form is NC2 minus MC2 plus 1. So here m equal to 15, n equal to 15, m equal to 6. Here m is collinear points. So means 15C2 minus 6C2 plus 1. But you have to remember this formula. Suppose they are asking number of triangles. For number of triangles, what is formula? To form a triangle, we need 3 points. NC3 triangles form. But m collinear points cannot give what? MC3 triangles. Therefore, the number of triangles are NC3 minus MC3. That is for triangles. This is for straight lines. You can remember the formula. The next question. If you want to check the answer, So D is the correct answer. Now move to next question. This question, in a college examination, a candidate is required to attempt 6 out of 10 questions. 6 out of 10 questions, which are divided into 2 sessions, each containing 5 questions. There are 2 sessions. Session 1, 5 questions. Session 2, 5 questions. Is a data is given. Further, the candidate is not permitted to attempt more than 4 questions from either of the sections. So the maximum number of questions he have to attempt only 4 questions. So minimum he can do anything. The number of ways in which he can make up choice of 6 questions. You have to attempt 6 questions. But from each section, the candidate is not permitted to attempt more than 4 questions. That's the condition. Based on that condition, you have to make choices. So be careful about solving this question. It's a different question and also good question. So first there are 2 sections. Section 1, 5 questions. Section 2, 5 questions. So the number of questions attempt is 6. But from each section, he cannot attempt more than 4 questions. You can give choice. Suppose he attempt 4 questions. Here he must attempt 2 questions. Total number of questions he have to attempt 6. Next, suppose he attempt 3 questions. He have to attempt 3 questions from other section. Total should be 6. Suppose he attempt 2 questions here. There is 4. That means if you take 1 here, you have to attempt 5. It is more than 4. Means you can't take. These are the choices. So how many ways you can select? These are called selections. So you can select 5 questions, 4 questions from first section. Out of 5, 5C4. So means we got only 4. The next case is 5C2. That's the first case. Second case, 5C3 into 5C3. Third case, 5C2 into 5C4. These are the values. Now we can simplify each value to get the required answer. Now you can simplify this one. What is the value of 5C4 is same as 5C1, that gives 5. Now 5C2 is 5 into 4 by 2 means 10. And 5C2 got now 5C2 is same as 5C3. So this value is 5C4 is 5C1, 5 into 10, 50. So this is 10 into 10, 100. So 10 into 5, 50. The total you can add it all. So it means 200. I hope you get this one. So the number of ways he can attempt the 6 questions are 200. I hope you understand this question. Check the answer. B is the answer. Clear? The next question. Move to next question. So the number of arrangements which can be made using the letters of the word laugh if the vowels are adjacent. So that means vowels are adjacent means vowels should be together. So what are the vowels in the given letter? A, U. And consonants are L, G, H. Condition is all the vowels together. Take it as all the vowels as one unit along with 3 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4 letters are there. 4 letters. So before we did arrangement of boys and girls, all the girls sit together. Apply same concept here. The first 4 letters can be arranged in 4 factorials because it is a what? Linear permutations into arrangement of the unit. How many letters are there in unit? 2 letters are there into 2 factorial. So 4 factorial is 24, 2 factorial is 2. The answer will be 48. The condition that all the vowels together means consider AV as one unit along with 3 consonants. total letters, 4 letters are there. First arrange the 4 letters in 4 factorial ways, and arrangement of unit is 2 factorial. The answer is 48. So D is the correct answer. Check the answer. D. The next question. Have you clear this one? Next, the number of arrangements that can be made using the letters of the word matrix so that vowels may be in the even places. Vowels may be in the even places. What are the vowels here? What are the vowels here? So A, E, I, O, M is A is there, I is there. There are 2 vowels. And consonants are M, T, or X. So these are the consonants. What are conditions? Vowels may be in the even places. So that means total places 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even place, this is even place, this is even place, this is even place. First position, second position, fourth position, and last position, even positions. We can accommodate vowels in the even positions. How many even positions? 3 even positions are there. We can accommodate 2 vowels in 3 even places is 3C, 3P2. Sorry, 3P2. We can accommodate 2 vowels in 3 places. So in 3P2 ways. Now how many places are left? Total 4 places are left. So every time we can put only 2 places. The remaining 4 places can fill with remaining 4 letters is 4 factorial. I hope clear this one. The first one. So there are 3 even places. For how many letters? 2 vowels. So this can be done in 3P2 ways. Once the vowels arrangement is over, now move to the remaining letters arrangement. After filling the 2 places, how many places are left? 4 places for 4 consonants. That can be done in 4 factorial ways. So now 3P2 is nothing but 3 factorial by 3 minus 2 factorial is 1 factorial into 4 factorial. 3 factorial is 6 into 4 factorial is 24. The answer will be 144. Clear this one? Vowels should be even places. How many even places? 3 even places for 2 vowels. They can arrange in 3P2 ways. The remaining 4 places can be filled with 4 consonants as 4 factorial. The total number of arrangements is 3P2 into 4 factorial. That gives 144. I hope you understand these questions. So next question. And check the answer whether correct or wrong. So A is the correct answer. Now this is a question which is different. If all the permutations of the letters of the word again are arranged as in dictionary. So you have to arrange the words, use the letters of the word again as in dictionary. What is the 50th word? What is the 50th word we want? So first of all, how many words are possible to get using the letters of the word? So first arrange the letters in alphabetical order. A, G, I, N. This is the order. So you have to make up the words with the help of the letters A, G, G, I, N. So according to dictionary, we will get the word starting with A, next starting with G, next starting with I, next starting with N. The letters, the words will get it. But we want the particular word position, that is called 50th word we required. How to solve this question? I will explain here. So the word is again. So the alphabet order is A, G, I, N. This is alphabet order. So now you can make a words starting with A and starting with G and starting with I and starting with N. So number of words start with A. Start with A. The first position should be A. How many total? 5. So first with A. How many gaps are there? 4 letters. 4 gaps and 4 letters. First position filled with A, The remaining 4 letters can be put in 4 factorial ways. 4 factorial is 24. We got 24 words with starting with A. Next, you can go for next choice. Next choice, after A, we'll get a choice for first position G. If his first position is G, what are the letters are left? A, I, N. Because there are 2 like letters are there. The number of ways 4 factorial by 2 factorial. That gives 12. Because 24 by 2 is 12. Now next. So G choice over. Now comes to I choice. The same, if I is the first position, the remaining letters are A, G, N. This also 4 factorial by 2 factorial, that gives 12. So just when you are solving question, you can add all 24 plus 12 plus 12. That gives 48. But we want the 50th word. That means we need 2 more words. So 2 more words means, how can you make it 2 more words? I can start with N. I choice over means start with N. So you can write the remaining positions with alphabetical order. So A, G, I. That is 1 word. So how many got it? 48 plus 1, 49 got it. We want 1 more word. The next word will be N-A-A-I-G. That means first 3 positions should not be changed. The only choice is to interchange last 2 positions to get 1 more word. This is, if you add all 50, the 50th position is this one. So 50th word equal to N-A-A-I-G. So here there is no meaning for this word, but what is the 50th word according to dictionary? This is. If they are asking 49th word, we can take this is. So what is the 49th word? Sometimes they will ask what is the 49th word? This is N-A-A-G-I. Like Maggie here, Nagi is the 49th word. 50th word is N-A-A-I-G. I hope clear this one. First number of words start with A, you can take it. Next, start with G and start with I and start with N and make it words. I hope clear this one. The next question. Check the answer, the correct. So if NPR equal to 30240, NCR equal to 252, then the order pair N comma R values we required. So let us take NPR equal 30240. This you can write as product of the consecutive factors. So sorry. So let us take 30240 as, so you can write the factors 30240 10. So 3024. So next factor 9 factors. So you can take it as, so 336. Next with 8 42. Next with 7 6. So that means 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6. So that means how many are there? There are 5. That is 10p5. 10p5. The value of n is 10 and the value of r is what? 5. That means n equal to 10 and r equal to what? 5. So I hope you get this one. So when you solve the question, first take 30240. So 30240 can write as 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6. That is 10p6. So we can, sorry, n 10p5. The value of n is 10, r equal to 5. I hope you get this question. Sorry, it is slide is happens like that. So the value of NPR, we can take 30240 can write as 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6. Because here n is highest and number of terms are 5 factors, that is 10p5. So NPR equal to 10p5, n equal 10, r equal to 5. I hope clear this one. Check the answer. Option B. The next question. The number of diagonals of a polygon of 10 sides. The number of diagonals of a polygon of 10 sides. So here there is a formula for number of diagonals. Of polygon of n sides. Number of diagonals of polygon of n sides. The formula is n into n minus 3 by 2. N into n minus 3 by 2. This is a formula for n sides. Here how many sides are there? 10 sides. N equal to 10. So the number of diagonals are n into n minus 3 by 2. So 10 into 10 minus 3, 7 by 2. So means 5 into 7. The answer is 35. I hope clear this one. The number of diagonals of a polygon of 10 sides is, for n sides, what is the formula? N into n minus 3 by 2. For 10 sides, n into n minus 3 by 2 equal to 35. The number of diagonals are 35. I hope clear this one. Check the answer. A is the correct answer. The next question. From 4 gentlemen and 6 ladies, a committee of 5 is to be selected. From 4 gentlemen and 6 ladies, a committee of 5 is to be selected. The number of ways in which a committee can be formed so that gentleman is majority. 4 gentlemen and 6 ladies, a committee of 5 to be formed. So, however, make a committee of 5 from 4 gentlemen and 6 ladies. Condition, gentleman is majority. So condition is gentleman majority. So you can make the what? Combinations. So we can solve the question. There are how many gentlemen? There are 4 gentlemen, 6 ladies. You can prepare one table, you can easily solve the question. So the majority is gentlemen. They are given majority is gentlemen. So majority gentlemen means we can take 4 maximum. Here 1. That is one combination. Next 3. You can take 2. So you can't take more than that. If you take 2 here, there becomes 3. So you can stop this one. These are the possibilities. So now the selections. The first selection 4C4 into 6C1. The second selection 4C3 into 6C2. You can find the value. 4C4 is 1 into 6. That gives 6. Now second 4C3 is 4. 6C2 can calculate. 6C2 is 6 into 5 by 2. So means 15. So 15 into 4, that gives 60. The total answer is 66. The total number of selections. Total number of selections equal to 66. I hope clear this one. First prepare a table. There are 4 gentlemen, 6 ladies. The majority will be what? Gentlemen. So you can give choices for gentlemen. 4, 3. If you take 4 here we require 1. 3, 2. Total we want a committee of 5. So total members in a committee is 5. So you can take the 5-member committee with different combinations. We have only 2 choices. I hope clear this one. The answer will be 66. You can check the answer correct or wrong. A is the correct answer. I hope clear this one. Next. So 1 into 1 factorial, 2 into 2 factorial, 3 into 3 factorial, and so on, n into n factorial value required. This you can apply verification method. So that become very simple. Let n equal to 2. N equal to means sum of 2 terms. Sum of first 2 terms. Sum of first two terms is 1 into 1 factorial plus 2 into 2 factorial. This gives 1 plus 2 factorial is 2, 2 into 2, 4. That gives 5. Which option gives 5? That is the final answer. Comes to the first option. Option A, n equal to 2 you can substitute. 2 plus 1 is 3 factorial. That gives 6. Not matching. No, A is wrong. Now go to B. So n plus 1 factorial minus 1. Or you got n plus 1 factorial is 6. 6 minus 1, 5, which is matching. The answer is B. So next one, n plus 1 factorial plus 1. That gives 6 plus 1, 7. Option C gives n plus 1 factorial plus 1. That gives 6 plus 1, 7. So that is ruled out. First is ruled out. The answer only choice is B, correct answer. So when you are solving the question, sum of n terms of any type of sequence, go for verification. Assume n equal to. N equal to means sum of first two terms. What are sum of first two terms? That you can add it. Get the answer. Go for substitute n equal to in the options. Which option is matching with the proper option? That only you can take it as the final answer. This is the easiest way to solve the problems because time is important for us in CET. So you should be very careful about solving the questions. Check the answer. B is the correct answer. Next question. A student is to be answered 10 out of 13 questions in an examination. A student is to answer 10 out of 13 questions in an examination such that he must choose at least 4 from first 5 questions. Then the number of choices available him. So here the student is to answer 10 out of 13 questions in an examination such that he must choose at least 4 from first 5 questions. At least 4. At least 4 means 4 or 5. So means at least 4 from first 5 questions. That is the condition here. At least 4 from first 5 questions. That is the condition here. So now we can give the choices for this one. So first 5 and next questions. Total how many questions? 13 questions. 13 questions means first 5 plus next 8. You can give choices from first 5 questions and next 8 questions. So I will make the proper explanation here, the next page. So now here you can take first 5, next 8 questions. So you have to attempt at least 4 from first 5. Means at least means 4 or 5. So total number of questions you have to attempt is what? 10 questions. Total questions you have to attempt is 10 questions. Already you got it 4 questions here means remaining 6 you can take from the next 8 questions. First 5 questions, next 8 questions. If you have 5 questions, you can take 5 questions. Now the number of ways you can attempt is 5C4 into 8C6. That is first combination. First choice. If you want, you can make table. You can get more clarity. The first case is 5C4 into 8C6. The second case is 5C5 into 8C5. So the value of 5C4 is 5 into 8C6 is, you can calculate yourself, 28. 5C5 is 1 into 8C5 is 56. So 5 into 28 is 140 plus 56. The answer is 196. So calculation of 8C6 and 8C5, you know how to calculate? You can calculate 5C4 is same as 5C1, that is 5. 8C6 has 28. 5C5 is 1. 8C5 is 56. You can simplify to get the answer. Now, clear? The calculate part you can solve yourself. Check the answer. A is the answer. 196, you got the answer. Next question. The number of ways arranging the letters A 5 times, B 3 times, C 3 times, D E double time F in a row then no two C's are come together. So here first count the number of letters. There are 15 letters are there. There are 15 letters are there. So here there are 15 letters. Count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 letters. Total letters equal to 15. That is first data. So out of these 15 letters, there are some like letters. How many A's? A's are 5. How many B's? B's are what? 3. And C's are 3. And D is only 1. And E's are 2. These are data which is given from the question. So now I will explain the question in the next page properly. So total 15 letters. Out of 15 letters, A's 5, B's 3, C's 3, D is 1, E is 2, F is also 1. So they are given condition no two C's together. Condition no two C's together. So that means we can accommodate 3 C's in between the remaining 12 letters. Out of 15 letters, how many C's are there? 3 C's are there. So that means there are 12 places. So 12 letters are left. Out of, you can subtract 3 from the 15, 12 places. So but we can accommodate, so 3 C's in between the 13 positions. Why means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 letters are there. So that means 15 minus 3 C's gives 12 positions. So here 12 letters are there. Between them, how many gaps are there? You can take it. So you can keep the C's in the what? In 2 places. In 2 places 13. So that means there are 13 gaps are there. 13 gaps are there. So that means first 12 letters can be accommodated in 12 factorial by what? There are some like letters are there. What here? 5 factorial into 3 factorial into 2 factorial. So that is the first case. The 12 boxes can be accommodated with 12 letters as 12 factorial by 3 factorial into 2 factorial. That is the first job. So now there are 13 gaps are there. We can accommodate in 3 C's, that is 13C3 whole divided by 3 factorial. Why I am taking 3 factorial? Because all 3 C's are identical. So this is the answer for this one. Once again, so condition is no 2 C's together. That means you can accommodate the C's in between the remaining letters. So remaining letters are 12 letters. So 12 letters can be arranged in 12 factorial by 5 factorial into 3 factorial and 2 factorial. The remaining 13 positions we can accommodate what? 3 C's in 13 C3 ways and whole divided by 3 factorial. The answer will be 13 C3 by 3 factorial into 12 factorial by 5 factorial into 3 factorial into 2 factorial. I hope you hear this one. That's the method of solving. So the answer will be this is P, not C. 13P3 by 3 factorial. So the answer will be what? 12 factorial by 5 factorial and 3 factorial and 2 factorial into 13P3 by 3 factorial. So the answer is what? Option C. Because these are permutations, no? So that comes in 13P3. So next. A railway garage can seat 5 each side. The number of ways a party of 4 girls and 6 boys can seat themselves so that girls may always have the corner seats. Please understand the question. A railway garage can have seat 5 each side. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one side. The second side is 5 seats. So the 4 girls, they say that the girls may always have corner seats. Means here girl, here girl, here girl, here girl. So how many girls are there? 4 girls and 4 places. They can arrange in 4 factories. That is first job. There are 4 places for 4 girls. So they can accommodate in 4 factories. The first job is over. Second job, how many are there? 6 left. How many boys are there? 6. They can accommodate in 6 factories. That means 4 factories 24, 6 factories 720. You can multiply. So to get the answer as 17280. So if you want, multiply 7 with 24. So 8, 28, 4, 14, 8, 12, 7, 1, 2, 1728, extra 0. That means. So the number of ways they can accomplish. This is a simple question only, but logic you can find out. So I hope clear this one. Check the answer. See the answer. Next question, 21st question. Read the question carefully. In this question, 8 chairs are numbered 1 to 8. 2 women and 3 men wish to occupy 1 chair each. First woman choose the chairs from amongst the chair marked from 1 to 4. The women choose chairs only from the numbered 1 to 4. So that means women select only the chairs from 1 to 4 numbers. Then men select the chairs from among the remaining. So the number of possible arrangements. So how many women are there? 2 women. That means we need 2 seats, 2 chairs for 2 women out of 4. So that means select 2 chairs from 4 chairs. This is for women. So that can be done in 4 seat ways. Next, this is for women. For men, how many required? How many men are there? 3 men is there. So select 3 chairs from the remaining 6 chairs. So this can be done in 63 ways. 63 ways. That means you can select 2 chairs numbered 1 to 8. That means so 2 chairs from first 4 chairs. The left out chairs are 2. 2 plus remaining 4, that is 6 chairs. So the men can select 3 chairs from remaining 6 chairs, that is 63 ways. The total number of ways equal to 4C2 into 63. The value of 4C2 into 63. Already given answer is in terms of like that only. So option C is matching. For women, select 2 chairs from 4 chairs numbered from 1 to 4. That is 4C2 ways. Once you select 2 chairs, how many are left here? 2 chairs are left. Or here 6 chairs are left. That you can take it as, you can take 3 chairs from 6 chairs in 63 ways. For men, we need 3 chairs. Because of 3 men, 3 chairs required from the 6 chairs. Because total number of chairs are 8. 2 already choose from the women. And remaining 3, you can select from remaining 6 chairs. That is 63 ways. Clear this one? So everyone understand this question? The next question will be figures 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are written in every possible order. The number of numbers greater than 5600. The number of numbers greater than 56. So here you can check in the figures 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are written in every possible order. The number of numbers greater than 56000. So you want the numbers using the what? These figures you can form a number which is more than 56000. So that means first of all, how many possible orders with the letters of the with the digits. So because we want 5-digit numbers, we want. So total number of 5-digit numbers, total 5-digit numbers equal to 5 factorial. Because using all the 5 factorial means 120. But here we want a number which is greater than 5600. So first we can take the possible numbers less than 56000. So less than 5600 means, so we can get the starting with 4. Starting with 4 means that is the 40,000, which is less than 56,000. If starting with 4, the number of 5-digit numbers are, so first position is 4. How many are left here? 4 positions. That is 4 factorial. That is 24. So next choice, you can give the choice for 5. So 5 means we want less than 56,000. So means the second position should be 4. Then only we will get the number less than 56,000. If second position is 4, these two positions are fixed. How many are left? 6, 7, 8. Means 3 digits are left. They can accommodate in 3 factorial ways. Means 6 ways. This is 40. So number less than 56,000 is 40. So total number of 5-digit numbers are 120. So you want number greater than 56,000 is equivalent to 120 minus 40. Sorry, this is 30. So 120 minus 30, that gives 90. So I hope clear this one. Sorry, I made mistake here in the addition. This is 30. So the numbers of numbers which is greater than 56,000 are 120 minus 30, that gives 90. So I will explain once again this question. The next page. So there are the numbers 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We want number of numbers more than 56,000. So first number of 5-digit numbers equal to 5 factorial 120 are there. After this we want the numbers which are more than 56,000. First calculate number of numbers less than 56,000. So 56,000 means start with 4, you will get less than 56,000 5-digit number. If the first position is 4, there are 4 gaps, means 4 factorial ways. That means 24 numbers which are less than 56,000 starting with 4. If you start with 5, so next position you can't give as 5. They are given condition, letters are not repeated. You can't give 6. If you give 6 as second position, the number should increase by 56,000. So that means second position you must give 4 only. So the number of 5-digit numbers start with 54 is 3 factorial, because there are 3 gaps are there. That gives 6. Means total 30 numbers which are less than 56,000. But we want more than 56,000 means, so total number of 5-digit numbers minus less than 56,000 means 120 minus 30, that gives 90. So I hope clear this question. That's it to solve the question. Check the answer. B is the answer. The next question. A 5-digit number divisible by 3 is to be formed by using the numericals 0. Here 1 is missing in the question. So the numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 without repetition. So that means you can use the letter only 1 times. The total number of ways in which this can be done. So you want to take a 5-digit number which is divisible by 3. So the condition for divisible by 3, sum of digits is multiple of 3. That is the condition here. So that means we want to take what digit numbers? 5-digit numbers which are divisible by 3. So how many choices are possible? Here we can take. Sum should be multiple of 3. What are the choices with the letters 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? So I can take first choice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you add all the numbers, what comes? 15 will get. 15 is a multiple of 3. That choice. So you can get this one combination. So with this combination, the number of 3-digit numbers 5 factorial, that gives the 120. So that means the first combination is, here sum is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. That gives 15. So 15 is a multiple of 3 is one combination. If the 5 digits, the number of 5 digits are 5 fact, that gives 120. The second combination we can choose 0. If I take 0, so other combination 1, 2, 4, 5 is possible. You can check it here. So if you take 3, it's not possible. So just check it here. 12. Sum is 12 here. Here. Sum 12 is multiple of 3. So in this case, how many 5-digit numbers are possible here? So the first position should not be 0. It has choice only 4 choices. 4, 3, 2, 1. That means repetition not allowed. That means 4 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So this gives 96. Multiply 16 into 6, 96. The first case is 120. Second case is what? 96. 120 plus 96. That gives 216 choices. Understand? The divisible by 3 means sum of the digits must be multiple of 3. The first combination 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this gives number of 5-digit numbers with first combination 5 fact, that gives 120. The second combination 0, 1, 2, 4, 5. The sum is 12. Therefore, it is divisible by 3. So in this case, the first question should not be what? 0. If the first question is 0, so that means it is not a 5-digit number, it is a 4-digit number. That's why first question has 4 choices, second question 4 choices, third question 3 choices, 2, 1. Because repetition is not allowed. So therefore, number of choices for second case is 96. First case is 120. The total number of choices are what? 216. So the total number of ways in which this can be done is 216. The option A is correct. I hope understand this question. The next question. Take the answer 216. So this is a very interesting question. 47 C4 plus sigma j equal to 1 to 5, 52 minus j C3, what do you want? First you can expand the sigma. What comes? If you take j equal to 1, 51 C3, j equal to 2, 50 C3. So next you can decrease by 1, 49, 48 C3, and next is 47 C3. So these are the summation. Now you have to simplify this one. I will explain the next page. You can go to next page. So the starting is 47 C4, next 51 C3, next 50 C3, 49 C3 plus 48 C3 plus 47 C3 is the combination which we got it. So we have one formula, NCR plus NCR minus 1 is N plus 1 CR. You can use this formula to simplify this question. What the formula? NCR plus NCR minus 1 is N plus 1 CR. You can grouping the terms. So that means N should be equal and difference of the suffix should be 1. So you can take combination 47, 47, C4, C3. So means what you can take means 47 C3 plus 47 C4, one group it here. 51 C3, sorry, next you can write increasing order, 48 you can write. Next 49 C3, next 50 C3, next 51 C3. That's the order here. So 47 C3 plus 47 C4. According to this formula, this gives 48 C4. Now grouping. These two group it. So this gives 49 C4 plus 49 C3 plus 50 C3 plus 51 C3. And again this gives 50 C4 plus 50 C3 plus 51 C3. Again grouping first two. So that gives, I will add here, 51 C4 plus 51 C3. Again rearrange. So with the help of same formula, 51 becomes 52 C4. The answer is 52 C4. So once again, first write 47 C4, 47 C3, one bracket. So this, according to this formula, this gives 48 C4. This value is 48 C4. And group with this one. And regrouping, simplify to get 52 C4 is the final answer. So I hope understand this one. Next question. Option C is correct. So now the same concept we can apply here. So n minus 1 C6 plus n minus 1 C7 greater than n C6. What is the possible value of n here? Here they are given condition n minus 1 C6, n minus 1 C7 greater than n C6. So what is the formula? NCR plus NCR minus 1 equal to n plus 1 CR. Use this formula here. So n minus 1 C6 plus n minus 1 C7 is NC7 greater than NC6. NC7 greater than NC6. So this you can rewrite this one as NC7 by NC6 is greater than 1. So why I am writing this one? We have one formula, that is NCR by NCR minus 1. That value is n minus r plus 1 by r. What is formula? NCR by NCR minus 1 is n minus r plus 1 by r. Use on the left side the same formula. Here n minus 7 plus 1 by what? R is 7 is greater than 1. So here n minus 6 by 7 is greater than 1. N minus 6 greater than 7. N greater than 13 is the answer. So look at the options. Which option gives n greater than 13? Fourth option. So once again, these two terms will give NC7 using the formula. So NC7 is greater than NC6. So now you can divide by NC6. NC7 by NC6 greater than 1. Apply formula, this formula here. So R is 7. N minus 7 plus 1 by 7 greater than 1. So you can simplify to get n is greater than 13. I hope understand this question. So check the answer, correct or wrong. So D is the correct answer. The next question, the problems on probability. The probability of having at least one tail in 4 throws with a coin. So now we are solving the problems based on the probability. So here when you're tossing a coin, getting a head and getting a tail gives same answer, 1 by 2 only. The probability of having at least one tail in 4 throws means, so you can take at least one tail. You can take opposite, 1 minus all 4 heads. So at least one tail means one tail or two tail or three tail or four tail. That gives big calculations. If you take opposite, at least one tail, so is equivalent to 1 minus all 4 heads. That means 1 minus getting head, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, because of 4 heads. So now the answer will be 1 minus 1 by 16. That gives 15 by 16. The probability of having at least one tail in 4 rows means at least one tail means one tail or two tails or three tails or four tails. You get more combination. If you take opposite, 1 minus all 4 heads means for getting head, what is the probability? 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. That means 1 minus 1 by 16. That gives 15 by 16. The option A is correct. So I hope understand this question. Next question. (27) Two dice are thrown. The number of sample points in the sample space when 6 does not appear on any one of the side. So 6 does not appear in any one of the sides. So here sample space is 36. So 6 appears in how many cases? 6 means 1 6 6 1. Next 2 6 6 2, 3 6 6 3, 4 6 6 4, 5 6 6 5 and 6 6. How many count here? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So 11 combinations, 6 will appear. They are asking 6 does not appear. So 6 does not appear means 6 does not appear means total minus 11. So that means 36 minus 11, that gives 25 is the answer. 6 appears in the 11 case combinations. So 6 does not appear means 36 minus 11, that is 25. You can check the answer. D is correct answer. So next question. A and B toss 3 coins. The probability that both obtain the same number of heads. This is a little tricky question. A and B toss 3 coins. The probability of that both obtain same number of heads. Suppose A is getting 1 head, B also should get 1 head. So A is 2 heads, B also 2 heads. A is 3 heads, B also 3 heads. If A is all tails, B also all tails. These are the different combinations we get here. So that means, so here what the combinations will get here is, so I will explain this question in the next page. So first sample space for 3 coins. If you toss it 3 coins, what is sample space? So this is all 3 heads, HHT, HTH and THH and TTH, THT and HTT and TTT. Total 8 possibilities are there. So here A and B has same number of heads. So that means first case 0 heads possible. So both tails means the number of heads will be same. So both are tails, the same thing. Next head, tail. 1 head, 1 tail, that combination. Here this is second case. Now 2 head combination, 3 head combination possible. Head, head. So that means here the possible choices are, so 0 head, probability of x equal to 0 head. So both tails. Probability of 1 head, probability of 2 heads. That means 1 head combinations, 2 head combinations, 3 head combinations, 0 head combinations. These are the possible cases. 0 head combinations, 1 head combinations, 2 head combinations and 3 head combinations, you can take it here. So 0 head means both are tails. The person A get tail and B get tails. So getting tail in 3 coins. Getting tail is 1 by 2. So that means we are tossing coin how many times? 3 times. That means 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. 1 by 8. A has 1 by 8. B also 1 by 8. That is first case. 1 head combinations. 1 head, how many combinations are there? So 1 head combinations, just count here. 1, 2, 3. So that means 3 by 8. B also 3 by 8. So 2 head combinations. 1, 2, 3. So A will get 2 head means B also will get 2 heads. What is the probability that 3 by 8 into 3 by 8? I hope clear this one. Next, three-head combination only one. That is, A will get three heads, B also will get three heads. So that means after simplification, so we'll get this is 1 by 64 plus 9 by 64 plus 9 by 64 plus 1 by 64. Simplify to get 20 by 64, which is equivalent to 5 by 16 is the answer. I hope understand here. Now 0 head, 1 head, 2 head and 3 head combinations. That is next question. Check the answer. 5 by 16 is the correct answer. The next question. Two uniform dice marked 1 to 6 tossed together, the probability of total 7 in a single throw. Probability of total 7 in a single throw. So here total 7 means what are the possibilities? 1 6, 6 1, next 2 5 and 5 2, 4 3 and 3 4. So total 7. These are the possibilities to get the total 7. Count here 1 2 3 4 5 6. That means two uniform dice means so n of s is what 36. The probability will be 6 by 36. That gives 1 by 6. It's a very simple question. Total sum is 7. Sum 7 that gives a combination 1 6 6 1 2 5 5 2 4 3 3 4. So n of s is 36. The probability of getting sum 7 is 6 by 36, 1 by 6. I hope clear this one. Check the answer. 1 by 6 is the answer. Next question. A single throw of pair of dice, probability of total greater than 12. So single throw of pair of dice means maximum sum equal to 12. But they are given probability sum greater than 12, which is impossible. The probability is 0 by 36. Answer is 0. So understand this one? That is. Next question. Check the answer. D. A coin is tossed 8 times. The probability of getting head in 3 times. The probability of getting head 3 times. So how many times you are tossing coin? 8 times. You can, in this case, you can use binomial distribution. N equal to 8. So probability of getting head P equal to 1 by 2, tail 1 by 2. You can take formula for P of x equal to R from binomial distribution NCR P power R Q power n minus R to get the answer directly. But here R equal to what? 3. So I will do in the next slide to get the proper clarity. So here number of tiles n equal to 3, P is 1 by 2, Q is 1 by 2 and R equal to 3. So P of x equal to 3 from the binomial distribution 8C3 into P power 3 into Q power 8 minus 3. So 8C3 into P is 1 by 2 whole power 3 into 1 by 2 whole power 5. So means 8C3 value 8 into 7 into 6 by 3 into 2 into 1 into 1 by 2 power 8. Cancel. The answer will be you can simplify 8 into 7 by 2 power 8. That means 7 by 2 power 5. That gives 7 by 32 is the answer. I hope clear this one. So answer is 7 by 32. Next question. 2 cards are drawn at random from a pack of 52 cards. Probability of these to be queens. So that means n of s is you can take 2 cards 52 C2. So probability of getting being the two cards being queens. How many queens? 4. That means probability of 2 queens equal to, so probability of 2 queens equal to how many queens? 4c2 by 52c2. So that means here 4 into 3 by 2 into 1, the whole divided by 52 into 51 by 2 into 1. This is cancelled. So the answer will be 1 by 221. You can cancel further. Are you clear this one? So probability of 2 queues means there are 4 queues in the pack. 4c2 by 52c2. So answer is 1 by 221. The next question. A non contains 7 green, 5 yellow balls. 2 balls are drawn at a time. Probability that both the balls are of the same color. Both are same color means, so we can take both green or both yellow. So means you can select how many balls? 2 balls. From total how many are there? 5, 7 plus 5, 12. So that means the required probability is 7c2 plus 5c2 by 12c2. So the value of 7c2 is 7 into 6 by 2 means 21. The value of 5c2 is 10. The value of 12c2 is 66. So that means the answer is 21 plus 10 by 66. 31 by 66 is the answer. So which option gives? Option D. Clear this one? Next question. A non contains 7 green, 5 yellow balls. 2 balls are drawn at a time. The probability that both balls are same color. The answer comes what? 31 by 66. Same question, you have to check the answer. So next question. A purse containing 4 copper coins and 3 silver coins. A second purse containing 6 copper coins and 2 silver coins. A coin is taken out from any purse. It can be first purse or second purse. The probability that it is a copper coin. So there are 2 purses. The first purse has 4 copper and 3 silver coins. The second purse can have 6 copper and 2 silver coins. So a coin is taken out from any purse. So that probability that it is a copper coin. So that means in this case probability of copper equal to, you can select any one of the bag. The selection of bag is 1 by 2. The first bag selection 1 by 2 and select the copper coin from first bag. So that is 4 by 7. So it can be second bag also. 1 by 2 into, here how many copper coins? 6. 6 by 8. So the answer will be 2 by 7 plus 3 by 8. Take LCM. So LCM is 56. 16 plus 21. 16 plus 21 is 37 divided by 56. The answer be correct. So I hope understand. Copper coin, it can be bag 1 or bag 2. Selection of bag 1 by 2 into copper coin from bag 1, 4 by 7, and selection of bag 2 is 1 by 2. Selection of copper coin is 6 by 8. So this is a total probability theorem we can apply here. First select the bag and select the coin. Select the bag and select the coin. Selection of each bag is 1 by 2 into what? Selection of copper coin. I hope clear this one. So this is a question which we did in second year. So you can easily understand this one. So answer will be 56, 37 by 56. So now this question, A and B are such that P of A greater than 0, P of B not equal to 1, P of A bar given A bar. So we have conditional probability. P of A given B is P of A intersection B by P of B. This is a formula for conditional probability. So in this problem, they are asking P of A bar given B bar. So this is nothing but A bar intersection B bar by P of B bar. So we have property A bar intersection B bar is nothing but A union B whole bar. A union B whole bar. So that means this is nothing but P of A union B whole bar by P of B bar. So P of A union B whole bar means complement. That's nothing but 1 minus P of A union B by P of B bar. So first, according to definition, P of A bar given B bar is P of A bar intersection B bar by P of B bar. A bar intersection B bar by De Morgan laws A union B whole bar. So property of A union B whole bar is nothing but 1 minus P of A union B. So by P of B bar. Which option is matching? Option C matching. That is the answer. So clear this one? Option C is matching. Next question. The probability that at least one of the events A and B occur is 0.6. At least one means union. A and B occur simultaneously means A intersection B is given as 0.2. Find the value of P of A bar plus P of B bar. So they are given P of A union B is given as 0.6. P of A intersection B is given as 0.2. You have to find P of A bar plus P of B bar. So we have formula P of A union B equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. So now P of A union B is given as 0.6 equal to P of A bar is 1 minus P of A bar. P of B can write as 1 minus P of B bar minus 0.2. So we want P of A bar plus P of B bar. So then what you can do means this one shift this side, this one shift this side. P of A bar plus P of B bar equal to 1 plus 1, 2 minus 0.2 minus 0.6. So 2 minus 0.8 that gives 1.2. So where the answer? 1.2. P of A and B have formula P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. So P of A can be written as 1 minus P of A bar. P of B can be written as 1 minus P of B bar minus P of A intersection B. They are given as 0.2. So you can rearrange the terms. P of A bar plus P of B bar equal to 1.2. I hope understand this one. This simple basic formula application. So next question. Your answer is 1.2. So A and B are two events such that P of A and B is 5 by 6, P of A intersection B is 1 by 3, P of A equal 2 by 3, then the events A and B are they asking. So here P of A union B is given as 5 by 6, P of A intersection B is given 1 by 3, P of A is given 2 by 3. So now we have P of A union B plus P of A intersection B is equal to P of A plus P of B. This is coming from P of A and B formula. Because P of A and B is given as 5 by 6 plus 1 by 3. 5 by 6 plus 1 by 3 equal to 2 by 3 plus P of B. So calculate P of B from here. So P of B equal to 5 by 6 plus 1 by 3 minus 2 by 3. After simplification, so we will get P of B as 1 by 2. P of B is 1 by 2. So P of B is 1 by 2 and they are asking whether A and B are independent or not. So what you can do means for checking independent, P of A intersection B equal to P of A into P of B. So P of A intersection B is given as 1 by 3. P of A into P of B. P of A is given 2 by 3 into P of B is 1 by 2. So cancel 1 by 3 equal to 1 by 3. So they are independent events. So that means P of A intersection B equal to P of A into P of B. That means you can call as independent events. The first condition is valid. Therefore, you can call as they are independent events. I hope understand this one. Next question. This is a very simple question only. So check the answer. B is the correct answer. A is the correct answer. Next. Two persons A and B appear in interview for 2 vacancies. The probability of their selection will be 1 by 4 and 1 by 6 respectively. Find the probability that none of them is selected. So here given probability of A selection is 1 by 4. Probability of B selection is 1 by 6. So probability of none of them will selected. So that means probability of none of them will select means they are independent. Here A comma B are independent. Why independent means they are appearing post independently. So that's why we can take. So none of them is selected means P of A bar intersection B bar. So if they are independent means P of A bar into P of B bar. P of A bar means 1 minus P of A, 1 minus 1 by 4. P of B bar means 1 minus 1 by 6. The value is 3 by 4 into 5 by 6. So 3 ones, 3 2's cancel. That means answer is 5 by 8. Option A correct. I hope clear this one. So first of all, they are given P of A, P of B. A and B are independent events. So none of them will select means P of A bar intersection B bar. P of A bar into P of B bar. 1 minus 1 by 4 into 1 minus 1 by 6. That gives 5 by 8. I hope clear this one. The answer is 5 by 8. Check it. Next, A and B are two independent events. Then which of the following statements are correct? If A and B are independent events, A bar, B bar independent, A bar and B are independent, A and B are independent. So all the above. So that means all the options are correct only because the answer you can take all the above. Next, 5 men in a company 20 are graduate. If 3 men are picked at random, then probability that there are at least one graduate. So at least one means we can take probability of at least one means 1 minus what the question given 3 men are picked up. 1 minus none of them is graduate too. So that means 1 minus means what here 15 people are 5 men in a company are graduate. 3 men pick up at random means the probability that at least one is graduate. At least one means 1 minus. So what here 3 people are not graduate. So which are from 15 C3 by 20 C3. So once again how this comes means there are 5 men in a company of 20 are graduate. That means 5 graduates, 15 non-graduate. Once again. So what they are asking, if you pick up 3 men at random, the probability that at least one graduate. So at least one graduate means 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So that means we can take opposite. So that means here 3 men got means 1 minus none of them is graduate. So not graduate, how many are there? 15. 15 C3 by 20 C3. That is a direct question. You can get it answer. That is 40th question. Clear? Here is the answer. Next question. In a box contains 100 bulbs, 10 are defective. What is the probability that out of sample of 5 bulbs taken with replacement, none of them is defective? None of them is defective. So here out of 100 bulbs, 10 are defective. So the probability of defective will be 10 by 100, that is P. So 1 by 10. You can take Q is 1 minus 1 by 10, that is 9 by 10. So P is 1 by 10, Q is what? 9 by 10. You got like this. So out of how many in a sample of 5 bulbs means n equal to 5. So what they are asking, none of them is defective means P of x equal 0. You can calculate. So you can use the binomial distribution here. So I will explain the question in the next page. So here n equal to 5, P equal to 1 by 10, Q equal to 9 by 10. So according to binomial distribution, P of x equal to or NC or P power or Q power n minus r. So here n is 5 means 5C, So they're asking none of them defective. P of x equals 0. So that means P is what? 1 by 10 whole power R is what? 0. Q is 9 by 10 whole power 5 minus 0. So 5 C 0 is 1. 1 by 10 whole power 0 is 1. And 9 by 10 whole power 5 is the answer. So means 9 by 10 whole power 5 is the final answer. Look at the options. Which option is matching with this? So what do you get? 9 by 10 whole power 5. So option C is correct. I hope you understand this question. Next. The letters are drawn from alphabets of 26 letters without replacement. Probability that they appear in alphabetical order. So you can choose the letters. You can choose the letters from alphabets of 26 letters without replacement. Probability that they are in alphabetical order. So they are in alphabetical order means so you can take 3 letters. For example, I will take A, B, C. So they should be written in different ways. A, C, B, B, A, C. So I took 3 letters A, B, C. I will write the order. So next B, C, A. Next C, A, B. And next what? C, B, A. These are the possible way to take. Suppose I took 3 letters A, B, C. They should be alphabet order. So here, observe here how many alphabet are A, B, C order. A, C, B not order. P, A, C not order. P, C, A not order. That means only one is out of 6 is in alphabetical order. The probability is nothing but 1 by 6. Clear now? You can choose 3 letters. Suppose I took 3 letters A, B, C. Write all possible ways. You can write A, B, C as A, B, C, A, C, B, B, A, C, B, C, A, C, A, B and C, B, A. The probability of getting alphabetical order only 1 out of 6. The probability is what? 1 by 6. Clear? The answer will be 1 by 6 only. So next question. So while shuffling pack of playing cards, 4 accidentally dropped. 4 accidentally dropped. So the probability that the cards dropped are 1 from each suit. 1 from each suit means, so here first n of s is, we can take 50 to c4. So is event that at least one of them is dropped from each suit. Means there are 4 suits are there. 13c1 into 13c1 into 13c1 into 13c1. That is 13 power 4. So therefore probability of E is nothing but 13 power 4 by 50 to C4. If you simplify to get the answer 2179 by 20825, you can solve yourself, because a big calculation generally they won't ask this type of long questions in the CET examination. So practice this one, even it's helpful for mains also. So they're asking drop from 1 from each suit. There are 4 suits. Each suit contains 13 cards. 13c1 into 13c1 into 13c1. So therefore n of E equal to 13 power 4. The probability of E is 13 power 4 by 50 to C4. Clear? Next. The answer is B. You can calculate. So here E1, E2 are events of a sample space. P of E1 is 1 by 4. P of E2 given E1 is 1 by 2. P of E1 given E2 is 1 by 4. Then the value of P of E1 given E2 plus P of E1 given E2 bar they are asking. So clear here? E1, E2 are 2 events of a sample space. P of E1 is 1 by 4. P of E2 by E1 is 1 by 2. P of E1 by E2 is 1 by 4. Then value of P of E1 by E2 plus P of E1 given E2 bar. So already P of E1 by E2 is given. So our job is to find P of E1 by E2 bar. So for that we want first P of E2. So here, so first given P of E1 as 1 by 4. P of E2 given E1 as 1 by 2. So the first thing you can take the value of P of E1 intersection E2. You can write as P of E1 into P of E2 given E1. So that means this value is 1 by 4 into 1 by 2, that gives 1 by 8. P of E1 intersection E2 is 1 by 8. I hope understand this one. Next, you can write P of E1 intersection E2, you can write as P of E2 into P of E1 given E2. So this is 1 by 8. P of E2 into P of E1 given E2. P of E1 given E2 is given as 1 by 4. P of E1 given E2 is given as 1 by 4. So finally P of E2 is given as 1 by 2. So you got the value. P of E1 intersection E2 1 by 8. P of E2 is 1 by 2. P of E1 is 1 by 4. P of E2 given E1 is 1 by 2. Everything you got it here. So now our job is to find the value of E1 E2 plus P of E1 given E2 bar. Be careful about solving this one. It's already given as 1 by 4 over. Now this is can write as E1 intersection E2 bar whole divided by P of E2 bar. So this is 1 by 4. So there is a property P of E1 intersection E2 bar is P of E1 minus P of E1 intersection E2 the whole divided by 1 minus P of E2. So means 1 by 4 plus P of E1 is 1 by 4 minus P of E1 intersection E2 is 1 by 8 by 1 minus 1 by 2. So this value gives 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 8 is 1 by 8 divided by 1 by 2. So this gives 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 means 1 by 2 is the answer. So once again P of E1 is 1 by 4, P of E2 given is as 1 by 2, P of E1 given E2 as 1 by 4. So first calculate P of E1 intersection E2, P of E1 into P of E2 by E1. So same thing P of E1 given into P of E2 into P of E1 given E2. There you will get P of E2. Now our job is to find P of E1 given E2 plus P of E1 given E2 bar. So P of E1 given E2 bar is P of E1 minus P of E1 intersection E2. Substitute values and simplify to get the answer. The next question. So see what is 1 by 2. So two unbiased 6-phase dice are rolled simultaneously in a random experiment. The sum of the dots on them is 8. Find the probability of an event to get 3 dots on any one of the dice. 3 dots on any one of the dice. Here you can take conditional probability concept here. So two unbiased 6-phase dice are rolled simultaneously in a random experiment. So that means here n of s will be 36. That is clear. So the sum of the dots is given as 8. So you can take E equal to sum is 8. So sum 8 means what are possibilities? Sum 8 means 2 6, 6 2, 3 5, 5 3 and 4 4. These are possible sum 8. Now probability an event to get 3 dots on any one of the dice. So F equal to getting 3. Getting 3 on one of die. So I mean this case what here 3 5 5 3. So that means they are asking conditional probability. So here conditional required probability, that means P of F given E, nothing but P of E intersection F by P of E. So P of E intersection F. So what is intersection here? Intersection again what? 3 comma 5 and 5 comma 3. That means 2 by 36 whole divided by P of E. P of E, how many are there? 5. 5 by 36. So means 2 by 5 is the answer. So intersection means common. These two are common. That means 2 out of 5 only. That's the property. So I hope clear this one. So E sum is 8. Possible traits getting 3 on only one of the die. 3, 5, 5, 3. So P of F given E is nothing but P of E intersection F by P of E. The next question. One ticket is selected randomly from 100 tickets number 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 2, 9, 9. Suppose X and Y are the sum and product of the digits found on the ticket is ticket. So they're asking P of X equal 9 given that Y equal to 0. That means X is sum and Y is product of the digits on the ticket. So that means they're asking X equal to 9. X equal sum is 9. Sum is 9 and Y equal to 0 means 0 should appear any one of the dice. So that means here X has possibilities. So here sum is 9. Sum is 9 means 0, 9, 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5, 5, 4, 6, 3, 7, 2, 8, 1, 9, 0. Here total 10 possibilities are there. Now Y. So Y is what here? Y is product of the digits on the ticket. Product means, so Y equal to 0. The product is 0. So product 0. Product 0. What are the possibilities? Product 0. 0, 0. 0, 1. 0, 2. 0, 3. 0, 4. 0, 5. 0, 6. 0, 7. And so on. 0, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on 90. Here total 19 combinations will come here. Total how many combinations? 19 combination will come here. And find X intersection Y. So intersection only what? 0, 9 and 9, 0. So observe here 0, 9, 9, 0. These are the 0, 9, 9, 0 intersection. So probability of what they are asking? They are asking probability of X9 given Y0. So that means 2 by 19 only. So that means probability of X9 given Y equal to 0. That value is P of X intersection Y the whole divided by P of Y. So X intersection Y is 2 by P of Y. How many are there? 19. The answer will be 2 by 19. So first X is sum is 9. Sum 9. X means sum equal to 9. Sum 9, how many possible? 0, 9, 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5, 5, 4, 6, 3, 7, 2, 8, 1, 9, 0. The product is 0. That means 0, 0, 0, 1. So here total 19 combinations come here. The X intersection Y is only 2 combinations, 0, 9 and 9, 0. So now the probability of X9 Y0 is given by P of X intersection Y by P of Y. That gives 2 by 19. Next. The mean and variance of binomial distribution are 6 and 11. Then the perimeter n. So there is a formula for mean. Mean equal to NP. And variance equal to NPQ. So they are given NP equal to 6, NPQ equal to 4. So they are asking n value. So substitute here NP here. That means 6Q equal to 4. Q equal to 4 by 6 means 2 by 3. If Q is 2 by 3, P is 1 minus 2 by 3. That gives 1 by 3. So P is 2 by 3, Q is 2 by 3 and P is what? 1 by 3. So our job is to find N. So you can substitute here. NP equal to 6. P is what? 1 by 3. N by 3 equal to 6. That implies N equal to what? 18 is the answer for this one. I hope clear this one. So formula for mean NP, variance is NPQ. They are given NP equal to 6 and variance is what? NP equal 4. So this value substitute here, can calculate the value of Q and then P value. So finally get N value is 18. option A is correct. So I hope clear this one. Next question. P of A 0.2, P of B 0.5. Which of the following is correct? So P of A and B greater than P of 0.5. P of A and B less than 0.5. P of A intersection B greater than 0.3. P of A and B greater than 0.3 is given. So there is a property P of A and B is always greater than P of A and P of B. This is a property. So that means P of B what given? 0.5. Only one choice is there. So which is P of A and B greater than P of B, that is 0.5. Clear that one? Next. A bag contains 5 brown and 6 white socks. A man pull out 2 socks, probably that they are on same color. Same color, it can be brown or it can be what? White. The probability will be 5C2 plus 4C2 by 9C2. Here the probability will be, so n of s, we can select 2, that is 9C2. So the value of 9C2 is 9 into 8 by 2, that equal to 36. So now the probability of what they are asking, both are same color. So that means, so probability of both same color, that equal to both are brown or both are white. So that means 5C2 plus 4C2 by 9C2. So the answer will come 5C2 is 10, 4C2 is 6 by 36, 16 by 36. So 4 by 9. So 4 by 9 comes in the options, there is no 4 by 9. So that means you can simplify the options. So if I multiply 4 by 9 and divide by 12, so 48 divided by 108. The only option D possible. So because others are not multiples of 4 and 9, observe the numerator. So only choice is 48 by 108. Clear now? Both are same color means both are brown or both are white. So that means 5C2 plus 4C2 by 9C2. So that means the answer will be 4 by 9. So understand this one? Both are same color. Both are brown or both are white. Means 5C2 plus 4C2 by 9C2 the probability. Answer D correct. Next question. In a class, 40 students study history, 25 students civics, 15 students both history and civics. A student from class is select random. Find the probability that he studies history if it is known that he studied civics. So that means, so you can take probability of history given C. That means he studied history. It is known that he studied civics. That means probability of H intersection C divided by probability of C. So H intersection C, both how many people are doing? 15% means 15 by 100. So divided by probability of C. Civics how many are studying? 25 means 25 by 100. 100 cancel, 15 by 25. 15 by 25 is equivalent to 3 by 5. So this is the answer. So probability he studies history, it is known that he studied civics. Means probability of H given C, nothing but probability of H intersection C by probability of C. So probability of H intersection C is 15% means 15 by 100. So probability of C is civics 25 means 25% means 25 by 100. So that gives 3 by 5. I hope understand everyone. So if you have any doubts,